we've established a world record, which we are going to break in a few weeks, our own world record, but it's the longest VPL link that I am aware of, 2.64 miles, and we're going to extend that in a few weeks to 4.4 miles. Our architecture is a repeating architecture, so we can extend that to 20 miles and beyond. So here's a picture of a substation on the right, and our equipment and a black box. Actually, it's a gray box that has our secret sauce, which I'm not going to disclose, but it's all patented. So here's my public service announcement. The high voltage VPL solution was developed with funding by the DOE, NETL, National Energy Technology Lab, under prime contract number so-and-so, and supported by AEP. So, what are the benefits? This is a competitive analysis matrix. HVVPL is in the bottom row. The cost of the equipment, actually that's pricing. The price that I will charge for a node, an endpoint, in a station is $15,000. There's no cost for the communication line because we're using the utility's own wires. If you compare it to any other technology, that's big fiber, because we started with fiber, and fiber is the best. It costs anywhere between $40,000 to $100,000 per mile, depending on the topography, the geography. And for a 4 to 5 mile solution, the type of network I showed you today, these are the prices. And we offer that for $30,000. It's a ratio of 10 to 1 in our advantage. That's as far as transmission. What are we doing on distribution? On distribution, trying to solve what we call the AMI trap. And the definition, this is our own Amperion's definition of the AMI trap, is what we see today is that the utilities are deploying metering applications using narrowband communications networks that were specifically selected, vertically selected for that application. It's a dead end. There's no room for growth. There's no expandability to new and future smart grid applications. So that's the trap that some utilities, not all of them, but many of them, are falling into. Narrowband technologies don't have the bandwidth to support multiple smart grid applications. Some of them also have high latency, and they don't support real-time control applications such as distribution automation. Some of them, and there are some stories actually, Wall Street Journal lately and other rags, about cybersecurity breaches. They don't have the processing and the bandwidth sufficient enough to support cybersecurity. And for example, cybersecurity requires 128-bit AES encryption. You need some processing power and bandwidth to do that. Most of our proprietary technologies, and they were designed to lock the utilities to that vendor. So there's no interoperability with new devices from other vendors, new applications, and there's no growth or expandability from there. That's the critical gap that we would like to solve with our solution, which is open, flexible, and scalable. And we intend to support AMI and other future smart grid applications. I'm going to skip this slide. Just mention that this combines the three elements of our solution. The Eagle is a wireless repeater to reach devices such as meters that are beyond the grid. The Griffin is a hybrid network device or node that combines VPL, which is on the wire, and wireless. And the third element is our network management system. It usually resides in a back office or a network operations center, manages all the devices, all the links, and the network end-to-end. This is just to show you that this is real, it's working in the field. My sales and marketing plan. The go-to-market strategy is a mix of indirect sales to large utilities and direct sales to small utilities. And the reason is large utilities take longer to go through a cycle, a sales cycle, but there's high volume at the end of it if you survive the process. Small utilities such as municipalities and cooperatives have a much shorter sales cycle, but it's low volume. The stimulus money is definitely a catalyst to expedite the sales process and the sales decisions. And we intend to use our strategic partnerships with the major utility suppliers, there's a whole list of them here that we work with, to sell through them, either through OEM relationships or sell through them to large utilities. We are applying for stimulus dollars. We are applying for stimulus grants. as a prime and also as a partner with others. And leveraging the fact that we have already been working with the DOE for a couple of years, and we have been a beneficiary of those funds. Just a quick word on our IP patent portfolio. We have over 120 patents under management today. That patent portfolio generated already more than $3 million in licensing revenue. And we expect that there will be a growth in this industry as a result of the billions of dollars that are coming in from smart grid projects as well as broadband internet. Just a reminder that smart grid is not limited to the US alone. We have worldwide coverage with our patents, and we have a blocking position because we own the foundational patents on the whole industry. The sources of revenue that I see are IP licensing, and DOE stimulus funds. And the third source of revenue would be sales of smart grid products and services. The revenue mix that I see, the first 2 years will be heavily tilted towards IP licensing and stimulus money, and then after 2 years it will be mostly smart grid sales of smart grid products and services. And again, these numbers are based on US alone, but you can probably double those numbers for the rest of the world. So I'm here to present the opportunity to investors who are on the ground, if there are any, seeking new investment. We are not in early stage, as you can tell. We are a mid-stage company looking for a D round investment to fund enhancements and product development of new smart grid features and an optimized smart grid communications platform and sales and marketing activities. We intend to use our strong intellectual property portfolio as a value add, and our barriers to entry and competitive advantage that I see is the technical innovations that I mentioned, our deep industry knowledge and many years of field experience. My guess is that if someone is trying to get to the stage we are in as a new startup, it will take them at least 3 years to establish the type of experience, field experience, relationships, and connections that we have developed along the years with the utilities and with the DOE and other organizations. So the whole Amperion team collectively has many, many years of utility and networking experience, and we intend to use all of that to establish the relationships and execute on our plan, as I mentioned. Thank you very much.
Malcolm definitely has a passion for his business and the opportunity, and what an array of technology, all the way from the transmission level down to the home. I mean, that's an astounding, and you know, this is the moment for smart grid.